in the police vehicles, and they continue to come in here in numbers.
इतना सत्याग्रह क्यों? नॉर्मल क्वेश्चनिंग पे सत्याग्रह क्यों?
क्यों? नॉर्मल क्वेश्चनिंग नहीं, गलत हुआ है. अरे
Raj is currently being detained by the police. Section 144 has been imposed here at ED office, and currently police is asking him to move away from here.
भाई मैं कौन सा गलत काम कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पर? अरे कहाँ संजू जी?
यहाँ पे धारा 144 लागू है और
यहाँ पे इकट्ठा होना मना है. यहाँ इकट्ठा
धारा 144 गलत लागू हुआ. लालजी आप भी आदमी होके.
As you can see, he's been asked to move here from the ED office. Udit Raj came here just 5 minutes ago with at least 10 persons here. Section 144 has been imposed here outside the ED office, and it is not allowed for any crowd to gather here. As you can see, he's been taken away by the police from outside the ED office.
So this is the drama that has unfolded. Congress workers detained ahead of their march this morning to protest against the party leader Sonia Gandhi as well as Rahul Gandhi being summoned by the Enforcement Directorate in the National Herald case. Madhav also continues to be with us. Madhav, now as the police officials take away several of these Congress workers, the Congress of course all set to go ahead with the march, but the BJP has asked the Congress party one question: if there's nothing to hide, why not cooperate with the probe?
Well, that's the question, and of course also we've seen the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal's order. We've seen several questions that have come in. This is not a matter that has not come up before the judiciary in the past as well. We have seen how the courts have also been seized of this. When the judicial process is underway, the question coming in from the BJP side is that why does this show of strength have to be put in place? Is it not an attempt to browbeat the system and to try and put pressure on the investigating agency in this particular case, that is the Enforcement? But you can see around me how large numbers of Congress workers, leaders have all started gathering here. Several members of parliament and top leaders present. Mr. Patil is with us also, senior leader from Karnataka. Mr. Patil, what really is going to be done today? The allegation is that this is an attempt to browbeat the investigating agency. That is what the BJP is saying. How do you react to that?
See, what is that we have done? We wanted to go along with Rahul ji and to express the solidarity with him, and we know for certain the one case which was closed in 2015 is being again taken up. What is the reason, and what is that we have done? You have chucked us from exercising our fundamental right. See, we are not allowed to enter into AICC. We are not allowed to go along with Rahul Gandhi. Where is our fundamental
members
right?
of parliament are being allowed to come in, and CWC members are allowed to come in.
Yeah, with what? Look at the sweat. Sweat is because of our fight with police, I say. And they are so inhuman, and BJP government is making mockery of democracy. That's why the world says that democracy in India is not a true democracy now. It has become an elected autocratic country. Okay. This is how the people have started interpreting India. Right. And Mr. Modi is completely responsible for all this.
So, but was there permission taken for the protest? Was police is claiming that there was no permission taken when you march on the streets. Normally a police permission has to be taken.
Well, do you need permission to go along with Rahul Gandhi? Why are you afraid, Mr. Modi? Modi government is fully afraid of all this. Why? What is that scare for you? Yes, people of India will see all this happening. And I only say that people will not tolerate this undemocratic and unconstitutional behavior of Modi government.
My presence is a protest. Where is the question of permission? The fact that I'm speaking to you, the fact that I'm standing here, is protest by itself.
How about
protest is not just sloganeering anything. The fact that we are all here, the fact that we are all physically here, is protest by itself.
the BJP says that if there's nothing to hide, why?
There is nothing to hide. There's nothing to do. Mr. Rahul Gandhi will appear. That's not the point. The point is that this agency is consistently being used to harass political opponents. And as I told you, there's nobody better than me to state this.
Thank you so much. That was Mr. Karthi Chidambaram, who has also arrived here outside the Congress office, saying that irrespective of permission, their presence.
ये तो कोई क्राइम नहीं है, ये तो कोई परमिशन नहीं है सर। परमिशन ये लोग जबरदस्ती नहीं दे रहे हैं। हम लोग काल से इससे गुहार लगाते हैं कि भाई होम सेक्रेटरी से फ़ोन किया, कल अमित शाह जी से भी मैंने फ़ोन किया और उनको ये गुहार लगाई कि हम लोग ये राहुल गांधी हमारा नेता है, उनको साथ हम जाना चाहते हैं, तो जवाब नहीं देते हैं। ये ज़बरदस्ती करने की क्या ज़रूरत है? आसमान टूट पड़ेगा क्या? हमारे नेता के साथ कहीं हम जाने नहीं सकते? हम क्या कोई गैर कानूनी काम करते हैं क्या? अजीब सी बात है, तानाशाही की रात चलते हैं और क्या।
पर आप लोग मार्च करेंगे आज?
मार्च करने के लिए तो आए हैं। मार्च देखिए, इस मार्च करने का बात नहीं है। हम लोग राहुल गांधी जाएंगे, हम एक साथ जाना चाहते हैं। इसके मार्च करने के कोई सवाल नहीं है, या कोई दंगा फसाद करने के हमारा कोई मंसूबे नहीं है। वो बीजेपी के होते हैं, हमारे नहीं होते ऐसा। हम हर वक्त शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से
144 यहाँ पुलिस द्वारा लगा दी गई है।
सही कर रहे हैं, मुझे ताजुब लग रहे हैं।
सर, ईडी के सामने जाने के लिए क्या दिक्कत है? इस मुद्दे को क्यों राजनीति के तौर पे लेकर आ रहे हैं?
अरे हम एक साथ जाना चाहते हैं
बताने के लिए यार
थोड़ा नीचे कर लो भाई।
इनकम टैक्स ईडी का दुरुपयोग कर रहे हो जी, उसके खिलाफ हम मार्च कर रहे हैं। इसमें क्या दिक्कत थी? उल्लू रोक दिया गया, चारों ओर से किलेबंदी कर रही है। ये आज के भी जैम हो गए हैं। आम जनता क्या सोच रही होगी?
लेकिन बीजेपी ये कह रही है,
बीजेपी ये कह रही है कि
भ्रष्टाचार करने वाली, जिस पर भ्रष्टाचार का आरोप
लगा है,
कर रहा है,
राजनीतिकरण कर रही है।
आरोप भी राजनीतिक से ग्रसित है। कोर्ट में केस ऑलरेडी चल रहा है। ईडी का पीछे में आगे पीछे में है। पूरे देश में ईडी के छापे पड़ रहे हैं। जहाँ चुनाव होते हैं वहाँ CBI,
आंख भी लग रहा है।
ईडी आ गई है। ये कब तक चलेगा देश के अंदर? ये देश वाले जानना चाहते हैं।
लेकिन कह रहा है कि भ्रष्टाचार करने वाला पहली बार भ्रष्टाचार कर रहा है, वो पहली बार सत्याग्रह कर रहा है। क्या कहेंगे?
भ्रष्टाचार करने वाले सत्ता में बैठे हुए हैं। ऐसा करप्शन हमने 40 साल कभी नहीं देखा। क्या जो प्रधानमंत्री जी को, श्रम मंत्री को नहीं मालूम है? इतना बढ़ गया, इतना गुना बढ़ गया है। नीचे से डालो ना, सब जगह करप्शन बढ़ गया है। उनको रोकने का भी प्रयास।
मोबाइल वाले नीचे कर लो प्लीज यार।
मांग करते हैं, एक कृपा करो प्रधानमंत्री जी, एक आप आरो देशवासियों को संबोधित करो कि शांति भाईचारा रहना चाहिए।
of accompanying our leader is supposed to attend the ED office. Nothing else. But he is our leader. We want to accompany him up to his destination. So what is the harm of it?
But Delhi police says we have given space at Jantar Mantar. Why not protest at Jantar
So we are not protesting anywhere. Simply we as a gesture of cooperation, we are simply accompanying him.
Why the
our intention is to
जब हम अपने ऊपर अन्याय के खिलाफ नहीं लड़ सकेंगे, अपने नेता के ऊपर हो रहे अन्याय के खिलाफ नहीं लड़ सकेंगे, फिर हम देश की जनता के ऊपर जो अन्याय हो रहा है, आज अन्याय को लड़ने के
or anything else. What is the harm of it? Unnecessarily they are imposing draconian restriction upon us. What is the need of it?
Will you continue with the march?
See that with this objective we have come here.
All right.
It is not march per se. It is not march. What is the march? We are simply trying to accompany. Our intention is to accompany our leader. Nothing else.
All right. So that was the senior.
We wanted to disturb law and order. We could have called lakhs of workers from all over the country and could have disturbed the law and order, but common people will be sufferers. So that's why we have decided, no, we will not do that. Now, in democracy, Can't we have that much right that we can walk with our leader? And that's also the MPs and senior leaders are only walking with him. When Britishers were ruling this country, at that time also, for peaceful march, for protest, there was no restriction. Here, what type of is democracy?
Okay. So the question that is being asked by the BJP, and in fact the Delhi police itself claims that no permission was taken. If there is this kind of a protest march taken in New Delhi, adequate permission should have been sought, but it was not taken, is what the Delhi police is saying.
Who told this? Let them come in front of this camera. We spoke senior most officers that just we don't want to disturb, just allow us to walk few steps, and they didn't allow us. In past, when Congress was in power, many times BJP wanted to do protest, dharna and some type of disturbances. We never stopped them. Even the 144 was there, we had relaxed in past and allowed them to protest. I will say to Mr. Modi that you talk about the religion and dharma. सच को परेशान करने से या सच को जेल में डालने से ना कंस का, ना रावण का, ना अंग्रेज का शासन सलामत रहेगा। भाजपा वालों, तुम्हारा कहां से रहेगा?
सर, बीजेपी की एक और आरोप है, उनका कहना है।
All right, Priyank is joining us from the Enforcement Directorate headquarters as the Congress leaders are all set to go there. Priyank, over to you.
I'm at the Delhi Police headquarters because there have been a series of questions which are being raised on why Delhi Police has been stopping and blocking the roads which are leading from the Congress headquarters to the Enforcement Directorate of headquarters. What we are being told by the senior officials that till now none of the Congress leaders have approached the Delhi Police officials regarding this protest march which they wanted to carry out. What Congress is right now saying that they want to carry out this march as its solidarity and in support of Rahul Gandhi. But since Section 144 is imposed in and around the area of the national capital, and because of the court's guideline, there is a designated location in the national capital which is known as Jantar Mantar, where all these Congress leaders, if they want to protest, they can go. But there was no attempt from the Congress party. This is what Delhi Police is saying to contact the Delhi Police personnel regarding so many people approaching and moving in large number towards the ED headquarters. Yesterday, the Delhi Police had also denied, and that permission was based on the inputs which was gathered by the Delhi police officials. There was no conversation or any kind of exchange of letters which has happened so far in between Delhi police and the Congress workers. The clear message which is coming out is that no march will be allowed till ED office. This is what the senior officials at the headquarters are telling us.
Continuing coverage here on Times Now, dramatic visuals that we've seen since morning, but the Congress march is all set to go on. We'll get you all those developments after a short break. Be right back.